Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome back to Medieval 2 Total War, where the Grand Danish Empire is starting to look, well, it's starting to look bigger, but it's starting to look a little bit on the spread out side. We've got a slightly awkward peace with the Imperials to the south of us, but you can see there's a healthy amount of trade going between me and them, so that's very nice. Though admittedly, it's a bit embarrassing that, yeah, they've got paved roads here, and then, you know, when they enter our territory, it's down to dirt tracks. We should probably try and fix that at Hamburg. I think we can at this point. Yeah, we could actually set up paved roads there. That'd be lovely if we could do that. Down in the Middle East, meanwhile, basically it's a priest party and everyone's invited. But yeah, we need to do a little bit more here. Mainly because right now we've got ourselves, yeah, that isn't just a basic castle down there. We've got ourselves two cities, two valuable cities. Alexandria especially is going to be worth a lot of money. But we kind of could do with an actual castle in this part of the world. So we could train some decent quality troops. I would say Gaza, looking very, very tempting indeed, and not desperately well guarded. So, over in Alexandria, as we did indeed just pick up the ability to train proper big old charging knights over at an actual city, which is marvellous. And by the way, they don't even cost that much. Like, yeah, recruitment cost 792, upkeep 250. Not bad for big, tough knights. So we'll get one of those in production, and we can also have some, yeah, let's just get some spear militia into production as well, just so we can have a little bit of back. I mean, like, you know, spear militia 5 and 8, not exactly going to be doing the job, but it will be useful just to have some extra troops to keep back here when we actually move forward to Gaza. But Russia's where it really is. Oh, yes. We have taken their capital off them, and we have renamed it Vikinggrad just to bloody rub it in. And yeah, at some point we're going to have to send, well, actually, we could send a significant force out there. Yeah, I kind of feel like we need to... We really could do with laying out some nice towers at various places. That would be useful. They've got, yeah, there is one castle down here that's actually pretty well guarded, actually. That's a well guarded castle. We need to be careful of that. And then we've got a whole amount of territory here. But if we could actually just slap a watchtower here, we could actually keep an eye on Moscow, which is currently pretty well guarded as well. So that's something to be careful of too, actually. Maybe we'll just stay in here for the time being. Good old Boleslaw Herman. A Polish person invading Russia. Marvellous. But yeah, we should probably stay here for the time being. We're probably going to want to take that castle off them, which would be nice, actually, because then we'll have, yeah, we can turn Helsinki into a town pretty darn soon. This can be our castle, and then... the Polish, who I'm not 100% keen on right now, because I think they were actually planning to invade us till we put some emergency reinforcements there at Magdeburg. So maybe we should have, yeah, a nice castle here, just to act as, like, you know, the entryway to our northern empire, because I'm not convinced the Poles are going to be trusted in the long term. Anyway, I think we've actually got enough here to probably go straight in to Riga, under siege right now, and we're technically building more siege equipment, but I believe, yes indeed, Grand Duke Vladimir, the faction leader, is only guarded by 2 archer militia. So honestly, missile attack 5 is not even that good. We've got ladders here, we've got good quality troops. We should just be able to take the walls, and then, yeah, after that, shouldn't be too much trouble to just head in and take out the king. Unless he's got anything about him, like he's super tough or anything, but doesn't look like it. Nope. Think we'll be good to just move in and kill him then. And in we go, the Russian king shall fall.
Only strong drink can possibly explain why those piss-stained peasants think they are an army! Well, stand tall!
And that's the speech. Yeah, obviously, some people in the comments actually did flag to me. Part of the reason why we get quite poor speeches here is because the Danish campaign is not like one of the main campaigns. You don't start off with Denmark unlocked. Like, say, Britain, France, the Imperials, Spain, and Venice do have more things they can say, but even then, it's not great to my mind. It's more just random slurs rather than actual kind of interesting, useful, tactical stuff. Now, what's going to be the right way to go in here? Probably just straight to the front door, to be honest. Yeah, it's probably going to be archer and archer. I'd say we can just pretty much head straight at them, just using... yeah, these guys will actually do the job quite nicely. You are better defended, so you head over at what's going to be the more difficult area. You're more lightly defended, so you can head over at an angle, more like over here. We don't really need the ram, to be honest. So you, over to here, and as soon as you've started moving, we'll actually get you guys moving over here. In you go, lovely. But yeah, they can run. They can run with ladders. That's marvellous. I never knew they could do that. No, don't whatever I just told you to do, don't do that. Just, no, keep heading at the walls. Keep heading at the... Oh, I've really confused them. There you go. Start running. Start running. I think they just took some really unnecessary casualties because they kind of turned away. And as a result, they were very easily picked apart. Fine, we're going to take some losses here, but that's okay. We should get up on the walls very, very quickly here. So we've got, yeah, it's just basic archers here. But as soon as we actually manage to get our actual ladders onto those guys, that won't be a problem. I think this unit alone could probably actually take out all of these archers. So they're going to take some knocks, but it's fine. Get the ladders up on the walls. Let's do this.
Walls are no match for the fury of the north.
Okay, that's a pretty damn badass thing to say. I cannot deny. And up go my Viking Raiders up first, 115 of them still alive. They'll make it over the top, and then, yeah, pretty much immediately, they'll start doing some really good work chopping these guys apart. These guys have defense of 2, and once they're forced into melee, they've got attack of 2. I mean, it's quite possible they won't even bother fighting. They'll possibly just decide, screw it, I'm just going to try and abandon this area. But they are going to be, yeah, they should start dying pretty darn quickly. My guy's just going to start, yeah, 15, dropping. Oh, you can just see the corpses stacking up already. They're just going to lose troops so quickly, they're going to be screwed. And these guys are going to come up here and do basically the same thing. Start just pushing them out. Oh, yeah, just look at the mass death here. They've gone down from like 120 to 9. Oh, my goodness, that's beautiful. That is just beautiful. Heavy infantry taking on archers. That's marvellous. They can do some really good work from the walls. But now we're on the walls, and screw you. So these guys should start breaking very, very quickly. In fact, I'm actually kind of surprised these guys haven't broken already. My guys are still taking some damage from the towers, but now the archer's been taken out of the equation. The king has fallen back to the plaza, which is not going to work out well for him, because I've got spearmen and crossbow. In fact, actually, he's not on the plaza. He's on... There he is. He's on his way back. Lovely. Where is he? There's the king. There's Vladimir. He's going to be dead soon. Now, where's he going to stand? Because, yeah, we'll basically just approach from the best angle to shoot him with crossbowmen. Because, yeah, if he stands around here, we can just basically drop spearmen here, crossbowmen here, and just basically just attack him. Or, actually, this angle looks like it would work. Yeah, this angle will work just fine. That's okay. And looks to me like, yep, the archers on one side have indeed broken. So now we should, yeah, that tower therefore will cease to exist. We just need to head over to here. And as soon as these guys break, this will stop firing as well, and life will be good. Yeah, the game can be a bit confusing sometimes. It's just randomly declared we've captured the gateway, but the gateway is still clearly actually firing on us. So, you know, we haven't captured it that well. Go on, guys, get over there. Also, you guys, run to the far side and then change your position later. There you go. Start moving. Come on. Until these guys have broken, we've still got towers firing at us, which is very annoying. I'm just going to tell these guys to run straight past them, and then once they're suitably like on top of them, then I'll change those orders. The units in Medieval 2 get confused if you tell them to stand on the same spot someone else is already standing on. So if you tell them to move to like the far side of them, then they'll actually kind of get involved in the battle, because they'll run straight to the front, and then they'll run straight to the enemy, and then they'll actually do the fighting. There we go, finally retreating. Walls have collapsed, but blimey, just the walls alone did that much damage to my heavy infantry. Bloody walls in this game. Right. We can take those guys out pretty nicely. Lovely. That should be... Did anything even make it back down? Ah, a few things made it back down. Fine. So we've got a handful of archer militia right there. And the king is actually coming back up. Can you even hit anything from here? No, doesn't look like it. So the king is now trying to make it to the front door by the looks of things. Well, that is absolutely fine. And also 3 people managed to make it past the blockade. Let's just bring back the... Yeah. Bring up the spear militia at this point. Bring up the crossbowmen as well. King is standing here, but not in great position. He's not going to be activating the towers, or at least not the towers over there. Turn off skirmish mode and fire it. Well, this should be fine. I always did find archers and crossbow interesting in this game, because they kind of had slightly different lines of sight, because archers could kind of shoot over things and down from walls a bit better. Crossbow were definitely more powerful, but because their arrows basically shot in a straight line, you tended to find like buildings blocked them a bit more. They weren't quite as good up on walls. Archers like weren't as powerful, but they had a bit more, they had a bit more tactical use than people really gave them credit for. Now crossbowmen, what I probably should do is actually move them up onto the walls. From the walls inside, they should have a pretty good line at, yeah, the general's bodyguard and at anything else that decides to come through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them up onto the walls, up onto here, and have them shoot down. That should work pretty darn nicely. You'll also notice, by the way, yeah, especially compared to Rome, once you actually have the walls clear, people were much faster getting up and down off the wall. Like, from Rome 1, they kind of very slowly ambled one person at a time. But yeah, in Medieval 2, they were much, much faster, which was very, very welcome indeed. So, you guys should now all be in position up here, right? Looks like it. So if you stop there, Open fire. So now we've got crossbowmen up on the walls. Everyone reload. And hang on, let's just get to the king's eye view of this. Marvellous. And guys, open fire. Because you have got armor-piercing bolts. And that means this armor's going to be bloody useless. In it comes. And does some good work straight away. Yep. One person at bare minimum. At least 2 people go down immediately. Down from 63 to 60 on the first volley. That's very, very good news. And looks like the king has decided to back off, understandably. He's taken a few good shots, and he'll take a couple more in the back yet. Of course, those shots in the back will do even more damage. Lovely. Yep, there go down a few more. But now, I'm just going to say stop right there. And instead, what we should be able to do at this point, in fact, is if I just move my crossbowmen up to about here-ish, they should hopefully have a good shot down onto the plaza. And that'd be fun. So I'm going to move them just round the walls to here. Lovely. And we'll just move our spearmen round here to make sure no one comes up to the walls to activate the towers afterwards. Archer militia coming out by looks of it. Yeah, the archer militia seem to vaguely know what's going on. That's fine. So I'm just going to bring my spearmen up to here. I'm going to bring in my scouts as well, purely for the sake of chasing off any archers that get any stupid ideas. But these guys hopefully should, yeah, they'll pause because they actually want to shoot rather than fight one-on-one. So we'll just get our spearmen up to here, just to basically take those guys out. They're doing a couple of like light shots, but it's fine. Won't do a huge amount of damage really. And yes, indeed, we've got a shot actually onto the plaza from here. Mercenary crossbowmen will take a very light knock. These guys will probably either break immediately just because of, yep, broken immediately. Fine. So these guys are just going to stand here. I'm just going to stop right here, and we're going to skiltrum. Because now, the only thing that can really come this way that's got any real chance whatsoever is going to be, of course, the general. And the general doesn't want to run into a skiltrum. So you guys, stop right there. And now you should have a decent shot at the general's bodyguard from the walls. See, this is why you didn't want to hide your king inside a really tiny village. Because long-range troops can bloody hit the plaza from the walls. So we've got, yep, some of them have got a straight shot there. We've actually got some, yep, good bolts coming in. That's some good bolts. And looks like they're actually hitting the king pretty much directly there. Nice. Now, the king is vaguely responding. He's sort of interested in actually doing something about this. Nope, he's not interested in coming, but then, yeah, he'll be baited forward eventually. If he does get baited forward, I'm just going to tell these guys to stop, then fire at will. I'm just going to put in the fire at will mode. If he does come this way, he's going to run straight into the skiltrum. So that's absolutely 100% fine, because, yeah, even from the skiltrum, we should just be able to basically... Yeah, let's just go for these guys, quite frankly. Even if I take a few knocks in terms of shoot my own guys in the back a bit, most of the fire will go on to the actual guys here. So, guys, you just, yeah, focus on the fire down there. These guys are going to really struggle to get past a nice little spear circle. And then my guys above are just going to start shooting these guys from above. So it's beautiful. And actually, in the meantime, while that's going on, I think they got like a half charge there. That's fine. But at this point, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Bolts coming in from above. Bolts from above. Beautiful. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send my scouts round this way to go and clear out the archers. Because my scouts can totally now just go round here and take care of that. Scouts taking some light knocks, but it's fine. These guys will stand up for the time being. They're shaken, but these guys are just going to... Oh, they're just going to be torn the hell apart. Nice. King's right at the back. It's fine. These guys will hold their ground for now. Scouts will now just charge around the outside of here. If you can fit through here, go through there. Marvellous. And then, yeah, this basically opens up the plaza to these here archer militia who I can just basically ride down right now, which is beautiful. So you guys, over here, very, very nice indeed. You figured out where I want... Yep, you figured out where I want you to go. They're sometimes a little bit dodgy. The pathfinding was sometimes a little bit on the dodgy side in this game, especially when it came to towns. That was true in Rome 1, though. That wasn't something that was introduced by this game at all. So round here, and now we can just basically run into these guys. Plaza will probably, like, fall into our possession. Yep, Plaza has technically fallen into our possession. Now we just push these guys off the plaza, and that means they'll probably break, and therefore we can capture them way more easily. And the enemy king has indeed started fleeing. And technically, we've just won the battle, but I would like to ride down the king, please. Let's just continue this. I would like to ride down the king, thank you very much. No, over here, over here, over here, over here. Ride down the king, please. I want him falling. Everyone get on the king. That's right, everyone good swings on the king, please. Yep, yep, yep. There he goes. I'm glad that we rode down the king. It felt like an important thing to do. So, good strategy all around there. I think we lost like 50 spearmen and maybe like, yeah, 2 horses. The fact that we lost 2 scouts on that little flank there, that was well worth doing. That was great. Quickly, the battle statistics there. Yep, and of course we've healed off plenty of the casualties that were just from the arrow wounds at the beginning of the fight. Good work, guys. Good work. Now, I'm not sure how happy or sad this place is going to be, by the way. It's going to be, right now, potential for riots, not for revolt. So, I'd say probably what we want to do then is, let's sack, but not exterminate it. Sack the place, beautiful. So that's now made us a bit of money, and it's also just got the population trimmed a little bit, enough that it won't cause trouble for us imminently. Obviously, we want to build a church here immediately because, oh yeah, there are Russian priests present, so we need to get rid of them at some point. Lovely. And we can indeed retrain. I assume we can... Yeah, okay, fine. So we can retrain our mercenary spearmen right now. And those guys, I'm guessing you have like a... Do you have a tanner here? Yeah, you got a leather tanner. That's what we're retraining for those guys. Instead, I'm just going to focus on getting these guys back up strength. There's probably enough mercenaries around that are similar enough. And with that, we've pretty much, as far as I can tell, yeah, I think we've pretty much kicked Russia out of all their territory to the west of Moscow, which is marvellously good news. And that actually gives us the extra money that we can spend down here in Cairo. Because in Cairo, I think we could also do with, yeah, if at all possible, I'd just like an extra handful of spear militia so that we can actually have some nice troops over here in Alexandria as well. No, we've already got that trained. Let's go for some extra spear militia. Because, yeah, with those extra troops, we should hopefully be in a position to start moving towards Gaza next turn. Just updated map information with England. They finally actually managed to take over a Welsh settlement over there. Lovely. And they've also given us some information about Scotland up there. Scotland, who I think is still on 1 territory for the minute. So we need to keep an eye on that. Because, yeah... Poor old Scotland, eh? Right, so Seal still hasn't made it to French territory. The Imperials are, well, the thing to watch for the Imperials here is the Hungarians have got Vienna under siege for, I believe, the 4th time. I believe this is the 4th Great Siege of Vienna. And they've got more reinforcements piling in too. So, I really hope they can take it. I genuinely do, because otherwise they've got themselves excommunicated for nothing. And that would be a terrible, terrible tragedy. But we're out of money, pretty much. The Polish have backed off. Everything is broadly under control in the actual main empire here. There is 1 Polish merchant there, but I think we can just live and let live with that. But yeah, probably under control for the minute, I'd say. Oh, wait, hang on. One thing. We've still got that bloody Imperial assassin here. And my own assassin, who's also not very good, but whatever. 40% chance. Go, 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 go. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Apparently that's the assassin. Love little animations. So that's the assassin. The assassination animations are the best in the game. They're hilarious. So that's my assassin, and... sounds like that was a success. Yeah! Nice! Down the assassin goes, and, conveniently, you've just gained a whole bunch of stuff there. Yeah, you've got High Blade +1, and, ooh, King Canoodle has picked up the Master of Assassins, +1 personal security, 20% discount on agent training costs. Good, so he's better at training new agents now. Spot on. So yeah, now my assassin is a little bit better, though he's still only 2 out of 10. I should probably just train him up by, like, picking off captains. Because, yeah, captain, 83% chance. Weirdly, though, like, the defense of someone against assassins is, like, a function of how good they are at their skill, no matter what that skill is. So, like, more influential diplomats are, like, more well-defended. And more, like, you know, spies are better defended. I guess those two kind of make sense, but I think it also applies to things like princesses, where more charming princesses are better defended, which I guess is, like, a function of how many guys are, like, following her around and they're sort of defending her honor or something. I guess maybe it makes sense. Okay, let's see what's going on in the... Oh! That was just France heading suspiciously towards English territory. France is doing really well right now, by the way. France has managed to take over a load of territories I wouldn't necessarily think would fall into their hands. They've taken over, yeah, that town up in the north, the northwest, which very often falls to England or, weirdly, Spain. They've taken over, I think they've taken over everything that's like the rebel territories around them, apart from Bruges and Metz. I think no one's taken Metz yet, which again is weird because the Imperials would normally have that. What are you doing? It's just more flipping assassins. Fine, I'll just train up my assassin by repeatedly murdering your assassins. If you're determined to send assassins against me, I will keep murdering them. Screw you. Now, any chance of reinforcements? Yep, reinforcements coming down here to deal with the Hungarians. Is that a fight happening right now? No, he doesn't want to fight the Sicilian princess. And the Hungarians back off a flipping get. Guys, this isn't going to fly. Stop trying to take Vienna. Reinforcements that are being sent down that way anyway, quite frankly. Yeah, the Imperials have had a blood enough, and I can't blame them. Now, any response from Russia? Can we see anything? No, just a couple of... The priests look like they're abandoning Riga. That's marvellously good news. English navy chases off the Portuguese navy, but England and Portugal are still at war for no well-explained reason, aside from a weird bug in Portugal's code that makes them obsessed with going to war with England and taking over Wales. And the Polish continue to back off away from our territory. Good. Ooh, but a much bigger Hungarian force has finally gathered. That might be enough to take Vienna. Okay, Hungary might actually still be in this, damn it. You know, the first 4 sieges of Vienna, they didn't go great. But the 5th siege of Vienna, they're ready, damn it. Also, the number of pirate ships is just going up and up and up. We just need to basically build a fleet and deal with that. Oh dear. You've got alright traits, but you have terrible hair. And I don't know where I stand on that. Yeah, the problem is Cecile has, just been very unlucky. She picked up a secret love when she was very young. She's not done much in the way of diplomacy. I suspect the best thing we can do is just marrying her off to the first decent-ish bloke that shows up. And that's probably good enough, to be honest. This guy's alright. He's 35, so he's not the oldest, but he's not the youngest. You know what? I'm going to take him. Actually, no, speaks of loyalty. And no, I'm going to leave it. I don't want negative traits. I'll accept someone who's, say, 30 or younger and has moderate positive traits with no negative. We'll leave it for now. Strongest faction is ours. We are the best. Also, the economy is looking better all of a sudden, up to 5,000. Probably, Vikinggrad is helping out with that quite significantly as well. Anything else? Agent detected from Russia. Unsurprising, Russia is indeed spying on us. Nothing major there. Now, I need to fix a historic injustice here. This was decided in a popular vote in the most recent Stellaris stream. So, Peasantville, you know, I was going on a Pleasantville joke there. But, as people pointed out to me, there is a much more obvious title for this city, while still keeping it in honour of the peasants. And that is, of course, Peasantwerp. So from now on, this shall be the glorious city of Peasantwerp. I did actually slap my head the first time that came in the comments. Why the hell did I not think of that? That's so bloody obvious. But you know what? It was put to the vote. The vote passed. Indeed, this shall be the city of Peasantwerp from now on. Now, more assassins. Oh, you've actually got a good assassin by unfortunate coincidence. That's going to be really difficult to take out. Yeah, I need to focus on some other stuff in order just to basically get this guy trained up. So there's no good agents around here. You are... you're a very good diplomat, so you're hard to assassinate. But if I just move south here, I think there's a bunch of useless ones around here. 31% down there. There's... Ooh! Agnes the Manhunter! There's little to separate this wretched creature from a bar wench. Marvellous. Agnes the Manhunter. What a magnificent name you've picked up there. Yeah, what we should do is we should go and we should pick off Captain Fritz here. 83% chance. See if we get a new animation. Yep. There's Captain Fritz going for a walk. Definitely not getting assassinated. And then in comes the knife. Down he goes. My assassin runs off. Job flipping done. Love those little animations. So that's just got me a bunch of, up to +2. And also, ooh, but of course, obviously my faction leader is going down nobility on account of the fact that he's employing assassins who are going around murdering folks. But you are now up to +3, so next time we should be in better shape. Let's just also move you down here onto the roads, and hopefully, you can go pick off some useless princesses nice and easily, which will be good. There's actually, there's unique animations for killing princesses as well, which is really cool. So hopefully we can see some of those shortly. So with the Russian threat taken care of over here, probably it's time for Helsinki to be converted into a large town, so we can actually put up the tax rate there. So Helsinki gets converted. Lovely. That's a little bit of money, but nothing too major. Riga is going to be... It's a little bit Catholic. Oh, there's a lot of heresy. We should really deal with that before it becomes a bigger problem. Yeah, definitely. So, retrain as well. Yeah, that's just putting leather armor on. That's nothing major. Let's get a port in production around here, just so we've got the extra ports. That will be fine. Actually, you know what? Let's get the... crop rotation. It's a bit expensive. Let's just get a port in. Actually, you know what? They're probably going to get a bit miserable. Let's get a town hall in production as well here. What I need to do is head over. Actually, if I head over here, if I'm going in this direction, it should be to deal with Moscow once and for all. So what I ought to do then is, you, Thorkel the Corrupt, head over here, train this area. These guys are not so great. You two... One of you head over here. 45% Catholic. Very, very nice indeed. Yeah, you guys just kind of spread out. I'm going to send one of these guys over here to act as like a spy by the bridge. because I'm going to assume that anyone trying to attack Vikinggrad is probably going to come from Moscow and cross the bridge. So that's fine. Meanwhile, yeah, the main forces of Boleslaw Herman, we need to march south, I would say. We need to march south and take out this castle here. It's a... it's actually pretty well put together. We may need to... Oh, they can hold out for 9 turns. That's going to be tricky. That's going to be a tough nut to crack. But I've got a big army here, including a bunch of good quality people. Let's just quickly get them retrained by just doing some merging. So, if I take... Yeah, how much do I need for Vikinggrad? Hang on, let's just have a look, see their happiness here. They're right now on a high tax rate at 150. Religion rest is 40%. The garrison is only representing 80% of that happiness. We take that away. Yeah, and he's not got much in the way of dread or chivalry. So, yeah, actually, we should be pretty safe to take the vast majority of the army, including the all-important peasants, with us. So let's take a ton of good quality heavy infantry, take most of the archers, 2 units of that, and you. Let's, okay, let's just leave them a little bit more, otherwise we're just asking for a flipping counterattack, quite frankly. Yeah, that will be fine. Move that over to here. Build ourselves 1 watchtower, just to keep a bit of an eye on what's going on over there. Get that down to normal tax rate, and start producing crossbow militia. I think the first time we've actually seen that, because yeah, these guys have actually invested in their militia barracks for more than I have so far. So yeah, they're actually pretty damn solid. You can train these guys as militia troops. Obviously, you don't pay for upkeep. They have, yeah, missile attack of 9 and effective against armor, which is really, really damn good. But obviously, once they get into an actual fight on the walls, not so hot. So they will do, and it's nice to have them. We will have them here anyway. And you know what? We should actually have a spy. I'm going to get a spy into production, because I'd like to just go and spy on the Russians over at Moscow, just to keep an eye on what's going on over there, just to make sure everything's safe. Now, I'm starting to wonder whether I would like Hamburg to be converted to a city. It's probably a little bit early for that, because we don't know whether we're going to end up in a big war versus the Imperials yet. And the Polish did just sort of half invade just a moment ago, so let's not worry about that just for now. Instead, like, I know we've technically got a few fronts open right now. Like, you know, we've got this force sticking out here that's very close by to the French, and the Imperials are threatening us. The Polish might be about to betray us. We're actually engaging in a war with Russia in winter, and also we've got a Middle Eastern campaign underway that's about to actually grow as we try and take Gaza. But I would say that opening up a 5th front in this war is a good idea for Denmark, for the good of Denmark, damn it, because, well, we've been given a rather marvellous opportunity right now, which is, yeah, Milan is... Oh, Milan's already under siege. Oh, I'm behind the times here. Right. So, Milan is actually currently under siege. Someone's flipping attacking Milan. That could be the Pope's army, you know. It could be. The Pope might have decided, screw it, I'm having flipping Milan off Milan if they're going to be dicks and get themselves excommunicated. Right, we need to see what's going on over there. Like, now. We need to get our flipping diplomat into that bit of the world to see what the hell's going on. But, if this is an opportunity for us to basically just smash, like, Milan, we should totally take it. So, this city is under siege right now. This city around here is basically... Where the hell is the army of Milan? It might have already been crushed by the Pope. What have I missed round here? Blimey. Okay, yeah. What I need to do is, as I'm well liked by the Pope, and it's been a while since a crusade, you can call for a crusade within Europe against excommunicated factions. This might be a good way for us to basically just say Milan gets knocked out right now, because Milan are dicks, and if you can just have the opportunity to knock them out, bloody take it. So I'm going to see if I can do, right this second, is go over to the Pope. And because I'm pretty well liked here, I'm going to request a crusade, not against Milan itself, against... Hang on, please tell me the other options available. Yes, against Genoa. Just check I've got the right one here. I'm pretty sure that's Milan, isn't it? Hang on, just double check. Yeah, that's... Would you believe in the Milan area, that's Milan, and Genoa currently not under attack. I'm going to request a crusade, and I'm going to really hope the Pope accepts this, because if so, we are going straight to the hell for those guys, yeah? Ready? Genoa, go for it. Nope, that is the sound of the Pope saying nope. Sadly, that is a real shame. He does not see the settlement as a fit target for a crusade. That is a shame. It would have been nice to take them out. I mean, technically, I could just go to war with them anyway, because they're excommunicated, so they're fair game. But I kind of want to see what's going on over here first. Plus, potentially, if I do find the Pope, I might just slip him a few thousand florins just to basically get his opinion of me up. Because if I can get it up to 10 out of 10, then hopefully he'll say yes the second time I ask. Also, war is going well for flipping Venice down here. Yeah, they've taken Corinth now. This city is not yet under siege, but neither is Constantinople. But yeah, Venice has made some really good gains heading down south. They're doing really nicely. In fact, actually, it's possible it's the Venetian army that's just attacking Milan. We'll have to see about that. I'll need to keep an eye on all of this. Yeah, those paved roads in Hamburg, let's get that done. It'll be useful just for moving troops around faster. Plus, it gets me an extra 100 in trade, which is pretty damn good. And down over here in the Middle East, yeah, we've now got ourselves some good troops ready to go. It's time for someone to make a move towards Gaza. Now, who wants to go, in fact? Yeah, which city is... Hang on, let's just check the cities here. So, Cairo's up to 11,000 people. Alexandria is only at, yeah, 4,500. So, Alexandria is currently, for the time being, like, under control. So, if we keep Steve Stenger right here, flipping 10 to 10, keeping this place nice and under control, Alexandria can probably do without anyone for the time being, and if need be, Steve Stenger can step over there to take control. So, Prince Charles the Crusader can probably, therefore, yeah, he can head towards Gaza, taking a very nice army with him. We just need to... Bloody hell, this is a bit messy. Right, let's just merge some of this all together to get a nice, neat army going on here. So, Prince Charles the Crusader, you are taking with you dismounted Hussars. You can take, yeah, the Crusader Sergeants, because, actually, no offense, you should take all of, like, the heavy troops you can. You should be able to retrain them once you actually retake Gaza, which would be nice. You should take them and them. Leave peasant archers here. Take the... yeah, take the mercenary spearmen. You might need them. We don't know how many horses we're going up against. Take the Norse archers. Take the damaged Viking raiders and these Viking raiders. And obviously take those... Actually, yeah, take those knights. We'll send them back home later. So those guys just step out over here. You guys can just go and, yeah, stand on this bridge right here. We'll build a watchtower around there later. And reinforcements from here can be, yeah, send the peasant archers... Send the mercenary spearmen. Yes, send the mercenary spearmen. And you may as well send the... the Great Cross technically kind of counts as, like, siege equipment, even though it's not, but it's got smaller movement points than a lot of other stuff, which is kind of fun. In which case I won't bother sending that. That can just stay here in Cairo as a mark that the First Crusade was, like, really great, and everyone agrees it was fun. I mean, its upkeep is really, really low, because it's a cross. It doesn't need much feeding. Oh, and merchant update. So this guy right here is now up to 6 out of 10, having picked up market controller and knowledge of customs. So he is now generating 500 florins a turn of this here sugar. My spy's got to a good position right here to see what's going on in this part of the world. So, the Egyptians will soon be taking over Damascus. They already have Acre. And, yeah, Jerusalem is already theirs as well. But... quite a few bits of rebel stuff still floating around here, including Antioch. Marvellous. So, we should just be able to sweep in and take Gaza without too much difficulty. And first time I've said this in quite a while, I suspect we've got enough priests. And good for the Moors, they've actually taken over Timbuktu. Good for them. Timbuktu is like the equivalent of like the secret little northern settlement in Rome to the War. I guess it's not quite such a secret, but yeah. Down here, there's ivory and there's gold and there's slaves and there's all sorts. Basically, it's a really, really good settlement to have. And obviously, while it may look like a desert settlement, they actually do have a fishing village up here. So they do have sea trade. So yeah, this can be a ridiculously valuable little settlement to have down here. So that's really cool. The Moors are actually doing all right for themselves here. Oh, Imperial's coming up for a chat. Now, do they want something, or are they just vaguely trying to bribe Antwerp, and that's not going to work? Nope. Probably that means, I mean, like, in Rome 1, when, like, someone came up to you and offered you the scroll, but then nothing happened, it meant they were vaguely interested in bribing you, but it almost never did anything because, like, you know, buying cities and armies is quite expensive, and generally the AI didn't have the money, even more so in Medieval 2. So I'm guessing that is still what's happening right there. Now, I'm interested in what that Hungarian army's planning to do, because the flipping Imperials are pulling back their army. They just don't want a whole flipping Vienna, damn it. Oh. Hello. For what possible reason do you have for marching north right now? Dear oh dear. Including your flipping assassins in my territory. Alright, we might have problems with the Imperials here, but if they start the war, not my problem anymore. At that point, I can take as many cities as I want, or rather, probably like 1 or 2, then the Pope will say the war ought to end. Yep, as suspected, the Russian priests are kind of abandoning this area. They know they can't stand up to my cardinals in terms of religious influence, so I think they're retreating back to Russian territory. And Damascus falls to the Egyptians as well. We just got to see that happen live. Marvellous. Poland coming in, having a chat to Hungary. Probably been like, guys, what the hell? Just stop it. Stop it, you stupid bastards. And yep, the Hungarians are moving in. But this time, they're sending in a good-sized army with an actual leader here. This could theoretically work. And looks like they've got... Ooh. They're sending something south. Oh, please tell me you're about to attack Poland. Oh, Hungary. You're not doing well this game, damn it. Ah! Ha 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 ha! Okay. I'm glad I waited. You've got the same stupid hairstyle, but we've got something good going on here. We've got Frederick Heingston. Yep, Frederick Heingston. 16. Night fighter. Good. Social drinker. Can get bad. Obviously, that can go down the direction of alcoholic, but for the time being, good. Drill master. Never been keen on it myself, but... we could just treat him as an administrator. Skilled bureaucrat. Rare and extremely valuable. Very loyal, promising commander, fair fighter. Yeah, I'm having him. There we go. Ooh! Okay. Life just got interesting. The Pope is dead. The Pope could have just been killed in battle. Like, the Pope does get to appear in battle. Like, if there is, like, because the Pope's a unit on the field. If he enters a battle, he can die. Same as anyone else, because he's the commander. He might have just died in the siege of Milan. That's entirely possible. Okay, so His Holiness the Pope has passed on, ending another chapter in the history of the Catholic Church. Though the station never changes, the man who is recognised as Christ on earth does. With that change comes both the birth of new opportunities and the death of old agreements between the kings of Europe and the Church. The College of Cardinals will soon convene to elect a new Pope from those who hold the most sway within the Vatican, the Preferati. Okay, so there is indeed now a papal election. Am I still in the running? Because I haven't actually looked at the Cardinals College for a couple of turns. So, let's see what's going to happen here. We've got a... Yep. Thorkel the Corrupt. Thorkel the Corrupt can actually stand. Obviously, he gets a vote too, so he can vote for himself. Now, I've got 2 people I can throw in. Now. What can I do here? What's likely to happen? Milan mysteriously gets to actually take part in this anyway, even though, you know, obviously they were actually excommunicated. But, like, yeah, excommunicated factions get to keep their cardinals. So you can end up sometimes with this really odd situation where the priest of an excommunicated faction gets to actually flipping become the Pope. At which point, probably, they unexcommunicate, or I guess recommunicate, just communicate? I guess something. They do that to their own faction. So... there's nothing to stop me voting against my own guy. I could vote for my own guy, absolutely. So, and if I do, obviously, if that guy wins, then they'll be thrilled with me because I actually, you know, I backstabbed my own guy in order to make sure that that guy became the Pope. I can do that. Okay. Problem is, I've got not great relations with any of these guys at all. Now, who else is allied with who? Like, nobody likes Milan. I don't think anyone's going to go voting for Milan because everyone hates Milan. They were excommunicated. Meaning probably a fair few other people might go for Venice. The Papal States guy will probably vote for me, actually. So I've probably got his vote. So I've got 4 votes for me there. If I could get another 2 votes off Sicily... yeah, let's have a chat with Sicily here. So obviously now we can enter into negotiation and we can basically just start bribing people whenever we want. So, cardinal votes. You haven't got a horse in the race. How much would you like for cardinal votes? Yeah, are you open to this? Okay, so he's not willing to tell me what he wants. So in which case, how about some tribute? How about some nice tribute here? Let's say, yeah, 800 a go for flipping 10 turns. That's generous of me. Apparently that is very demanding. Apparently that is way too demanding. Okay, that's interesting. So, yeah, they're not actually that keen on that, unfortunately. Why? Yeah, they're not allied to any of those. Oh, wait, hang on, wait. Enemies with the Papal States? Wait, when did you get pulled into that war? I'd forgotten that had happened. Okay. So Milan, who got themselves excommunicated, are in the running for the Pope, and Sicily, who, I'm assuming if you're enemies with the Papal States, are also excommunicated. You actually get 2 votes. You get more votes than anyone else. Marvellous. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I'm going to get this guy on side, unfortunately. So, in which case, is there any way that I'm going to win myself? The thing is, we've got no reason to believe whatsoever that, yeah, anyone's going to vote for Milan, meaning it's probably Venice that's in the running, for the most part. Venice, however, I believe is not particularly well allied right now. I think the Papal States will go for me. I'm just going to vote for myself, and we're going to give it a go. With the Papal vote on my side, all I need to do is for a couple of factions to decide they hate me slightly less than anyone else. They might go for it anyway. Vote for me. A new Pope's been elected, heralding a possible shift in how the Catholic Church wields its might. In His Holiness's eyes. Your faith is an inspiration to all of Christendom. I think that means we should have... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, this is a dramatic turn. King Canoodle's dead. Oh, I'm so... Oh, yes. Oh, I was right to vote for myself. Because sure, Portugal and England don't like me, but they like everyone else. Wait, you powered behind flipping Milan? Alright. Okay, I'm very glad I didn't put my votes to Venice there. Because if I'd put my votes to Venice, then... Venice would have tied with... Yeah, Venice would have tied with Milan. Then I think it goes down to, like, the traits. I think it's calculated by the traits. So, okay. Huzzah! We've just got the world's most corrupt priest to become Pope. Marvellous. So, okay, what else have we got here? Yeah, Papal State's perfect, because now we've got a Danish man as Pope. Beautiful. Trait increase, unfortunately. Oh, Sven of Milton Keynes. -1 loyalty. Dear, oh dear. And apparently, King Charles the Crusader. Well, I don't care about his loyalty anymore. He's now flipping king, alright? You've been promoted to king. It doesn't matter. Obviously, Cecile has got married. Where is her husband? Her husband's... conveniently, in our house, which is exactly where he should be, because our house is where you can do the most good as a skilled bureaucrat. Perfect. Now, what else is going on in the bloody world right now? Holy Roman Empire relations poor. Unsurprising. And we've got, yeah, Sicily just got themselves excommunicated just now. Okay. What the bloody hell is happening right now? So, Sicily managed to get themselves excommunicated, I think just after the... No, it's just... It must have been before the papal election, because they were still marked as enemy of the Papal State during the election, but they haven't been reconciled. So, Hungary's now been reconciled, but they're probably about to flipping attack Vienna again, so get themselves immediately kicked straight back out again. Sicily's excommunicated, and the Papal States are at war with them, possibly meaning... Just check if anyone's actually under siege right now. No, no one's under siege. I think the Pope died attempting to take Milan. I think he literally just basically tried to take Milan and got killed in the process. Dear, oh bloody dear. Right, so, unfortunately, our chance to attack these guys has now passed. But we could go on crusade against the Sicilians now, potentially, because the Pope... Now, let's just check how the balance of power is. Oh, yeah. Sicily's hated. Milan's pretty bloody well hated for the time being. And Pope Jacobus of Denmark, 39 years old. Okay, so he's going to be Pope for a long time. Divine Connection, Purge of Heresy, Placid. Utterly corrupt. Enemy of heretics. Growing faith. Marvellous. Yeah, let's see if we can figure out what actually went on in that part of the world. Let's send my diplomat up here. Can we see, like, the remnant of any army or anything? We've got... Yeah, faction leader is up there. Faction leader's up there, and yeah, if the army's broken, it's fled south since. So, possibly that was the papal army, and I suspect the Pope died in battle. Faction announcements. King Charles the Crusader. Marvellous. And one of our... Please tell me that's yep. And that is indeed my spy up there. Good. So we've got a good spy up here in Vikinggrad. Excellent. Let's get him moving in this direction, just to keep an eye on whether any Russians are showing up. Good. There's even a little speed bump in the form of those guys. Marvellous. So you guys are now going to head south and actually meet up with that Russian castle. Shove another watchtower down. Down we go. There it is. A large part of their army has left. Good. Hopefully we can get on top of them before they actually manage to get those guys back inside the walls. And yeah, we've got bloody 6,800 flipping florins to spend still right now. Life is good, I would say. Life is very, very good indeed. Our house is doing beautifully well as well, with its merchant wharf and its shipwright and its merchant's guild. Oh yes, lovely. You know what, guys? All in on the trade, you can have yourself a fairground trade soon going to be shooting up from 1,300-ish to 1,800-ish. Very, very good indeed. Magdeburg, I think, is going to continue being a centre of training troops for quite a bloody long time. So I'm going to give those guys... Yeah, I'm going to give those guys a bow specialist just to be safe. And Oslo growing very nicely indeed, thanks to the fact we do indeed have a nice chivalrous bloke there. Yes, indeed, heading towards 6,000 nice and quickly. But in all fairness, we've kind of done everything we can do there. So, screw it. Give him a brothel, cheer him up a bit. And down in the Middle East, our new king, King Charles the Crusader. So, right now he's only at 3 out of 10. That's going to cause problems, potentially. But he does have a good amount of traits, and he's also just carrying around the Ark of the Covenant for no particularly good reason. Right, yes, let's get him over to here. You can join up there. Get a nice little watchtower in play over there. You get over to here. You can just follow him behind him, to be honest. You can probably get to... Yeah, this guy can't get to us this turn. Let's just go and stand right here on this crossroads. You can just get over to here. You still can't get to me. Yeah, you just block that area. We'll be ready to assault Gaza next turn, or rather, at least put it under siege. So, do I potentially want a new crusade right now? Because if I ask for one now, I should pretty much get it. I could ask for a crusade against Sicily. Sadly, not against Milan anymore. And, well, if I waited a bit of time, I probably bet I'll be able to do it against flipping Hungary, because they're just flipping determined to take Vienna. Let's just see what's actually available as an option. Pope, Commission Crusade, yeah, indeed. So, all of this... Ooh. Milan's still open. Milan is open as an option. This is intriguing. That's really intriguing. I'm not sure why that's still available as an option. But it is, and it would get those guys immediately re-excommunicated, because they've technically been reconciled right now. I think they're... Yeah, right now they're hated, but no, they're not. Wait, they were the game said they were reconciled, but now they're not. Okay, Pope, if you love me, you will do this. We will go on a crusade against, you know, like, the old Pope wasn't keen on it, but the new Pope's Danish. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There we are, Pope calls crusade, Genoa, ha 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 ha, and this time we actually get the video.
The Holy Bible may preach peace, but when it is Christendom itself that is threatened, then it is every Christian's duty to defend all that is holy. His Holiness the Pope has called a crusade to reclaim the Holy Lands from the infidel, who would deny Christian pilgrims their right to visit the holy places. It is time for the armies of Christendom to put aside their differences and unite under one banner, the sign of the cross, and give back God's children what is rightfully theirs, or die trying.
Unfortunately, the cross turned out to be a really, really inefficient method of marching, and in fact it was extremely vulnerable to flanking manoeuvres, and thus the crusade failed. So, we have got ourselves a crusade against Genoa, and that is absolutely flipping marvellous. Oh, that is the best thing. Because now I can get some new flipping guys who have just entered the Empire, like say, oh yeah, you can get yourself a nice Crusader bit of heritage going on. Oh, lovely. That's just flipping spot on. So right now, technically, we're lacking other people. Like, yeah, this guy's way up here. He can't join. Bolslaw Herman's way over there, and he's more kind of dreadful than chivalrous anyway. Yeah, I would say what we want to do right now is get you coming down here. Get yourself with a handful of troops as quickly as you can. We're going to need to, yeah, get you down over here. Get just some extra troops. Norse archers. Yeah, flipping you guys. Get in there. That should be enough troops to... No, I think you need 8 to join the crusade. So we're not ready to join the crusade just yet, but let's get ourselves, you know what, cancel some of the more expensive stuff. What have we just built that's really expensive? Okay, our house, sorry, you don't actually need a fairground. Okay, it was a nice to have, but it's not essential. What we need right now is a bunch of, oh yes, this is the new stuff I hadn't mentioned yet. Yeah, because of course we're actually a fortress now. Fortress, thus we can actually have dismounted feudal knights. Defense 21. These things will just shrug off anything. They're not even that expensive, damn it. 570, 225 upkeep. They are fine. Feudal Knights as well, obviously pretty damn good, but yeah, expensive with the 730 to be honest, but not so bad really. Yeah, what we need is, hang on, let's just head down here and have a little look, see what's actually going on over here in Genoa. Honestly, basically nothing. And it's just going to be basic troops. I think these guys have just had a pretty major battle. So they're kind of probably pretty defenseless at the time being, so I don't really need that much. I probably just need some heavy infantry, to be honest. Like, dismounted feudal knights. Why the bloody hell not? Actually, no, I probably shouldn't send too many troops like that down there, because I'm not going to have a castle down there to retrain them at. So I should probably try and, yeah, stick to relatively cheaper units, all things considered. Handful of Viking raiders will do the job nicely, especially as I can get them straight up to the light mails. They'll be well defended next to normal. Plus, actually, I've got some nice troops around here. We've got horses coming in. Do we need more horses? Probably don't need more horses. Yeah, I can probably just divert some of my nice troops going down here over this direction. Yeah, you know what, screw it. I'll just basically get some new flipping Viking Raiders trained. Lovely. We can just top up the rest of the army with flipping mercenaries. There'll be plenty of, like, religious fanatics and stuff as we pass through. So we'll be alright just to buy mercenaries to top up the rest of the army. I think we will be there under flipping control. So next time, ladies and gentlemen, well, a lot of stuff could actually happen. We will be going towards a Russian castle and trying to take that. We will also be heading towards an Egyptian castle and trying to take Gaza as well. That one was a little bit better defended. And the Crusade against Milan has begun, and quite bloody time too, I would say. But, on the other hand, the Imperials do seem to be kind of invading us at the minute, so we'll have to see what we do about that. So all of that to come next time, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been Medieval 2 Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Wait, did people just vote out democracy? Hang on, what have you just done? Oh, go on, let's have the greatest Oktoberfest ever. Yay! Spain and Russia have announced a new alliance as a result of the warmongering of certain Central European countries. Oh, well, excuse me! My leader from now on, no weaklings will stand in the way of this country's path to glory. Oh, God, Germany, not again!